You have no sound. No, people in chat are saying they can't hear anything, and I just put on the audio. I can't hear anything. I can't hear us either.
Yeah,
Can't hear you.
quiet.
I can hear me.
They heard the axe sound, and that's what's important.
It was a good practice run.
It was a good practice run.
Hello.
All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'm Casey. I'm playing Eunice, the Barbadgerin. It's also a halfling. I am up to Porco's knees. That's what I'm known for right now.
I'll go next. I wasn't able to make it this week, but I'm part of the regular cast. I'm Fran. I will be playing Fern, the Firbolg nature cleric. And I guess if we're talking about how tall, she's about 6'6", so I don't even know where Eunice would be on her size-wise.
About the shins as well.
About, yeah, pretty down there. Anyways.
I'm Korko. I'm playing a lizard folk witch, which is homebrew class, homebrew race, and we're seeing how it's going to work out. So far, poison, not a good choice against undead, but we'll make it work. We'll figure it out.
We tried, and that's what matters. Hi, I'm Mac, and I'm going to be playing Maven, the Tiefling Gloomstalker Ranger, who is very, very mentally scarred right now.
And hello, I am DM Bree. Can everyone hear me now? I hope so, because that was awkward, and if not, I just got real close to the mic and made my players uncomfortable for nothing.
It was like DM ASMR.
I know, I should just do ASMR like as a living, like talk about like killing dragons and stuff, just real quiet. You are watching the Greyhawk channel. I'm going to try all of my words again. Before I was just practicing my miming. If you did not figure out what I said, you need to take some classes because I'm pretty sure I'm the expert. But we are on the Greyhawk channel. Gonna run through the sponsors again one more time real quick. We are sponsored by Tabletop Loot. If you want 15% off some awesome dice, go to their coupon code and enter Greyhawk, capital G, capital H. If you love maps and you love women named Devin Rue, you should go to rueinc.com. They do, our patrons and our subscribers do get special discount links for that. Cantrip candles, the best way to smell when you're killing dragons, slaying dungeons, all that kind of good stuff. Yes, slaying dungeons, everything's a mimic. Again, for our subscribers and patrons. We are supported by Roll20, the awesome channel in which we play our D&D games. Beautiful, beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, we have the wonderful maps from Heroic Maps. They are Battle Maps sponsor. So if you like the maps I've used today, go to DriveThruRPG and check those out, because they rock. They absolutely rock. Alright, did everyone hear me that time? Ah, excellent. Alright, so, last week, would anyone like to give us a previously on the Old Faith for some inspiration? Is that a resounding no? Because I'm pretty sure if the rules of nose goes happen, Mackenzie did just lose nose goes, but I can just do it if you'd like.
I'm not looking at anyone. No! I had to close the window because there were too many.
And it was your downfall.
Okay, fine. I'll do it. It's chill.
All right.
So last time, what happened? So what is it? Previously on the Old Faith, it was Maven and Koroko were getting ready for the festival. What festival was it?
It is the Springtime Festival of Imbolc.
So they were finishing preparations for the Springtime Festival, and in the middle of it, Eunice came in through the teleportation circle because the druids of the Dreadwood, or around the Dreadwood area, had sent her over for help. With the druids of the Adri Forest not entirely ready for battle, only Maven and Koroko were combat ready, so they traveled over to the Dreadwood with Eunice. We invaded a tomb. There was a vine zombie. Then we killed the vine zombie and found out poison sucks against undead. And then we threw open a coffin and threw a frog against the wall.
Yeah, that did happen.
And we got really nervous about opening the coffin the second time. And then we were a little sad because a lot of people died, and then we went to camp.
Very good. Excellent. You can grant yourself inspiration. Do that on your character sheet where it says inspiration if you click that. So you can use that as a re-roll of any of your rolls for attack to hit, saving throws, etc. A few things extra that happened. Yes, the two characters from the Adri Forest did travel to the Dreadwood, where they went to the tomb of the Archdruid of the Dreadwood. And there they saw a massacre. And upon examining the tomb and fighting off a skeleton army of 3 with a vine zombie, they opened up the coffin of the Archdruid and saw a vision that consisted of the slaying of the guards of the druidic area, a strange creature with large horns, and a bunch of red-cloaked individuals, which our players figured out were the Scarlet Brotherhood. Upon killing everyone, they entered to the teleportation circle and disappeared, and the final things they heard were, "Save my family." Also, they did definitely grave rob the Archdruid and stole a mace from her.
I still have it.
You are holding the mace that you did you definitely 100% stole from.
She wanted us to have it. She was totally cool with it.
She didn't say no, so.
But you didn't say yes either.
I was gonna say that's a bad rule.
It is a terrible rule.
It's a terrible rule.
But she already spoke once, and they did ask a few times. And then they left to make camp in the woods. And that is where we begin our episode. So I will move our map to a small campground. There are a few tents that were easily built up by the party. A campfire that was already built from other travelers and travels that have happened. And they are all sitting now with the weight of new information on them.
I love this music so much. Oh, it's so good.
Some very good music. I'm going to try and keep music up today. I forgot like a handful of times last week that I have access to music. But I'm looking at it now. It's staring back at me and it can't get away from me. So as you sit at this campground, some of you are pretty beat up. I'm pretty sure someone got mentally punched by a tree, right? Was that you, Koroko? You got mentally punched by a tree real hard?
Yeah, it was really hard. It hurt a lot.
Yeah, that tends to happen when trees fight back. As you sit at this campground, it is dark, and it is the darkness of night, you can tell. The sky is so clear, but there is not a star or the moon in the sky. You can hear the sounds of fey creatures flitting through the forest, grunts of large animals hunting smaller ones. You nurse your wounds, an amulet in Casey's pocket, a full-blown mace just in, Eunice's pocket. I'm gonna do that. It's gonna happen. That's where I'm at right now.
I'm gonna give you shit about it too.
You should.
Alright,
And
cool.
Maven has a very large mace.
She feels very guilty about having it, but she has it.
You know? Shit happens, right? Shit happens. No worries.
It's fine.
It's
Free mace.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
If only I were strong enough to, use it.
Wielding maces. I wonder who wields maces in this game.
So I'll look around and how is Maven doing? What's her body language doing?
She still has her hood up because in the vision of the Scarlet Brotherhood, she saw someone with it was I think big red horns, and so that made her very self-conscious of her own horns. And she doesn't entirely know whether or not she should connect this with what she saw, so she kind of has her hood up to try and hide the horns. And she's sort of sitting and just sort of looking at the mace, just kind of like that. All curled up, knees pulled to her chest.
What about Koriko? What's her mood?
Currently probably looking around and looking for things that might be new or intriguing as far as herbs and plants go.
So where do you head out to look for that? Will you take me there with you on this map journey?
Yes, I want to do a bit of a perimeter. Probably maybe just out of the immediate light of whatever fire we've lit.
Okay.
And kind of just get on looking down into the brush and trying to find anything that looks tasty or not so tasty.
Tasty or not so tasty. All right. Will you roll me a survival or nature check?
I will do just that. And that. Starting off with a strong 12.
A strong 12. As you search your way through this brush, you find some roots that you know are edible. You wouldn't consider them to be highly nutritious or anything fantastic. You do know, though, if you eat them, you will not die and you will not be hungry, but it would not be a long-term source of nutritional content. While you are in there, though, will you also roll me a perception check?
I will do that as well. Whole 5.
Whole 5. All right. Fran, can you roll me a perception check for Fern, please?
Absolutely.
If you go into your sheet, you can just click on perception where it is on the sheet, and it should automatically roll for you.
I'll do it. Oh, sweet.
A 6.
well.
Y'all are really, really good at this. So, while Kuriko searches through this wooded area trying to find anything more than just plant fibers, a very young Firbolg is kind of just looking through the woods. These weren't the woods she was in mere days ago. No, it is no longer the Feywild in which she is in. She's in a very dark, kind of dank wood. And as she continues to walk, she smells campfire and she sees a light. So she approaches it and trips over a very large, scaly creature. Perhaps an alligator?
Yeah, so as she's navigating probably very poorly through the dark underbrush as it is night, she just trips right over, looks completely surprised, and she kind of falls on the ground and goes, "Wait, don't attack unless you're not friendly, and otherwise," then she kind of puts her hand on her weapon, but obviously looks very defensive, as she's obviously completely taken aback.
Koriko. She is going to just like rub the hair on your head and, "Hello, little forest creature," and then keep walking the perimeter. It's normal. There's things in woods.
There are definitely things in the woods.
Fern looks just very confused at this point, and she kind of brings herself up off the ground and dusts herself off and kind of scratches her head for a minute and then just follows Kuriko probably back over to the camp, just kind of glancing over a bit timidly, kind of keeping an eye on the situation.
You will occasionally hear the croaking of toad. Just like the whatever thing they do with their throat where it expands and makes a weird noise.
Sounds about right.
Koriko, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you left, you did not have a companion, and now you do. What's... Hello?
Hi, I'm Fern.
Well met.
I was kind of lost, I suppose. And she just kind of stands there very meekly with a kind of brings in her posture a bit and looks a bit shy.
I found them in the I found them in the woods. Can we keep them?
Maybe. I'm Eunice. You can call me E.
Eunice, E, pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. You gonna...
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Maven. You're good, right?
Yeah, I'd like to think so, ideally.
Okay. You could see, like, kind of, like, behind her, one of her hands is starting to, like, crust over with, like, frost.
Ooh.
And she's, like, holding a ray of frost, and then it just sort of dies down.
Yeah, Fern definitely. She makes sure that none of her hands are on her weapons, and she just kind of tries to make herself look as unintimidating as possible, but she still
As big
standing
as
as tall as she is. That's a hard a hard task to meet.
Do you want to explain to the class here why you were randomly in the Dreadwood alone?
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose that would be useful information. I just happened to find myself here on accident. I had been spending a lot of time in the Feywilds, and I guess I wandered a little bit too far and seemed to find the cusp between that plane and the prime material. I accidentally stumbled through, and I can't really tell where I am. I can't really see much since it's dark, and I'm glad I found you. Well, what brings a group of travelers out here in this very scary looking place?
Hey, geez, I'm actually a local, and these two are from a place where I'm not even sure I should mention. I'll leave that to you guys.
We usually live in a large tree. Or many
well,
large trees. So
that sounds very similar to where my people usually live as well. Unless you mean literally. Never literally lived in a tree, but in the forest.
Right, so I got this necklace from your caretaker lady. I think I'm gonna climb a tree and try to figure it out.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves, children.
Yeah, Fern kind of goes over and takes a seat down by the fire and just kind of warms her hands for a few minutes and glances between her newly found compatriots.
All right. And so that means, Eunice, you're going to go through the process of attuning yourself to the amulet from Archdruid Imonara.
I am, unless something interrupts me within the hour.
Nope.
You know.
For that hour, Eunice sits contemplating reaching out mentally to this strange amulet that an even stranger woman thrusted upon her before sending her back to her home. And it seems to be a magical amulet, an amulet of shield amulet, which contains 16 total charges of the spell Shield that you can use as a reaction at any point. But when the 16 charges run out, it is just a stylish necklace. It
Nice.
is silver with a red gem inside. So that'll be a good protect. And while you are doing that, the rest of the party sits around, I'm assuming, eating. Where is the mace at?
I got it.
Just hanging on to it?
I don't know is there a way I can figure out what it is without attuning to it, or do I have to attune to it?
I believe you can spend some time using, like, identifying it when it's not. Am I right with that? I'd say if you spent an hour with it, not attuning, but attempting to figure it out, I could say you can try. I would say roll an Arcana check at advantage.
I will try. Oh boy.
Trying is honestly the most we can do.
Okay, hold on. Oops. No, that's not my character sheet. Why'd I open that one?
Just start rolling for other people.
It's fine. Bloop.
I'm really glad I gave you an
And
advantage.
yep, it's a 14.
Yep, a nat 1 or a 14, so we are going to take the 14. As you examine this really strange mace, it looks like it was once a wand that had a large mace attached to it. The actual weapon portion itself has what looks like rose thorns as spikes dipped in a form of metal. It is a +1 mace that once per day can cast the spell Bane.
Wow. That's nice.
It is a nice...
I can't use it.
It is a nice mace. It's nice.
It's so nice.
It is.
I will wait, Eunice is busy right now, right? I'll just wait till she's not busy because she's the only one who I think can use it, because I don't know if Fern can yet, but I'm also too shy to talk to her.
Well, it takes around the same amount of time as Eunice, so Eunice will be finishing up discovering.
I'll just be sitting down there on the lower branch of a giant tree. Just
Is the mace magical then? I'm sorry if you mentioned it earlier.
It is a magical mace.
And who has it? It was...
I have it right now. I have it. I'm not even trying to hide it. I have it out in the open.
Oh, okay.
I'm staring at it.
Yeah, so as Fern sits there, she kind of keeps eyeing the mace here and then. And she kind of scratches the back of her neck a little bit self-consciously and says, well, the reason even that I was able to wander over in your general vicinity is because I was using detect magic. I was just trying to find any kind of life link out there to see what I could find, and I believe that these items that you have were part of what led me to you in the first place. And may I inquire what that mace seems to be about?
Well, I don't use maces. I'm not really strong, and you can kind of see Maven's like kind of struggling a little, like carry it because it's a little heavy.
Fern would probably come over and extend her hand to see if she could examine it for just a moment. She's like, I'll give it back, don't worry.
And so Maven will hand it over and say, it's a good mace. It has some enchantments, and I think it can cast a spell once a day, a curse of some kind.
Interesting. Let's see.
I give it over to you, and it's all yours. Have fun with it.
Chuck the mace.
So, has it been, have they actually, like, casted anything on it or looked into what it does yet?
They, from what Maven can interpret, it seems to be equivalent to a +1 mace that can once a day cast.
+1 mace?
Yep, it's a +1 mace that casts the spell Bane once per day.
Once per day, cool. Does that require attunement?
It will require attunement. And now that you guys have been sitting here for about an hour and a half, I would like one of you to roll me a D100.
No.
You can't just tell me no. A 43. So as you sit into the wood, talking quietly amongst yourselves, you begin to feel like something is watching you. You can't quite tell what, but small creatures begin to appear, almost just watching you. The lights in the forest begin to almost illuminate.
This is never good.
Have I seen this phenomenon before?
I'm sure living out here, they don't normally come near your home. Normally there's enough regular animals around and things going on for the will-o-wisps to avoid you.
I know them to not necessarily be harmful, though, right? Or are they?
You would say you know better than to follow them.
Okay, so they're a mystery, but it's usually a good idea to ignore them.
But currently, yes, they're just flashing lights at you.
Maven would like to look at the flashing lights.
You know, Maven, I feel like you would like to go look at the flashing lights.
I really do.
To the north, you see these brilliant, shining, almost like lanterns in the darkness. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
So you don't see any bodies attached to these lantern lights, but they're just kind of bouncing.
Would Ferd know what will-o-wisps are?
As someone who spent a lot of time in the Feywild and around forests, actually roll me a... what kind of check would that be? Maybe a history check?
History? Let's see. Boop.
You see some
Oh.
damn pretty lights. With a 5 history, you see some pretty ass lights just
They're the prettiest lights.
floating in the distance.
Yeah.
Just kind of bobbing.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, Maven would like to, not like directly go up to them, but kind of like sneak. Just very like sort of she just quietly stands up and just sneaks out to the edge of the camp. Tries to get a better look at what they're doing.
Are you doing it sneakily as in you want to roll a stealth for it? Or...
I would like to.
Roll me a stealth check, my dear.
What I want to do.
A 19. You are so sneaky. Almost your party members, if they're not looking at you, they almost don't even see you. Get up.
Yep. And I'm gonna just very quietly creep up to the lights. This is a player knows it's a bad idea. Maven don't know. Maven thinks they're pretty. This is a bad time.
So as you get closer, one light snuffs out.
Oh.
But the other one seems to be moving almost closer to you. And it just bumps as it slowly approaches you. Does anyone... I'd say that because she is in your party, you will have noticed her eventually get closer.
I feel like Fern at this point wouldn't be straying too far from the campfire, but she's kind of standing just like on the outskirts of it, keeping an eye on what's happening. She thinks the lights are pretty too, but she's just a little bit too scared.
A little bit
to
of
go. She's like, I don't know about that. This place is creepy.
Yeah, I'm also kind of watching this, and I'll call out to Maven just a little. Be careful. Don't touch it. Definitely don't follow it.
Please don't follow it there. It begins to move closer to you, Maven. And
When it moves closer, I'm gonna just take it like a step back.
And when you take a step back, another light appears directly beside you.
Guys?
It's okay, don't panic.
Okay.
Don't make any sudden movements.
It's like a T-Rex.
Like a T-Rex, if you're motionless, they won't see you.
Do I happen to know where these things might come from?
I would say also roll me a history check.
You got it.
With a 16.
16. Yeah, that's pretty good.
You would say with a 16, you have heard stories of these light creatures. Though they never really seem to be a problem for you, you do know that they are a form of undead. You've heard stories of little kids getting tricked by them to approach and follow them and eventually get killed by them, but normally most grown-ups see them and turn around and run in the opposite direction.
Okay. Running's not our thing, though.
Running's not
Okay,
your thing,
just-
though.
Also, I'm barely a grown-up.
Yeah, you're barely a grown-up.
Would I realize what these are if I just looked at them, just seeing them kind of shine in the dark?
I'll explain it. Since I know enough, I feel. I can explain to the group. These are, I've heard of them before. I've seen glimpses of them. I think they're spirits of the dead. Something like that.
And they just bob, and their lights begin to grow brighter and brighter.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. I do have my channel divinity to turn undead, but I don't know what CR they are, and I'd probably guess that will-o-wisps are not below 1/2.
They are not,
Woof.
but they bounce.
And they're pretty.
And they bob.
So pretty. Maven's gonna get a little closer to the one on her left. Because she's gonna get close enough to it and, not that close. I didn't want to get that close.
Let's lick it.
She gives it a hug.
Eunice, did you explain that they're spirits loud enough? Or was
Yeah.
it just, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and talk to it. Just be like, hi. Hi, can you hear me?
It kind of blinks at you.
You get a friend.
Blink, blink.
As in it has eyes or the light just flashes?
The light flashes.
Okay, blink once for yes, blink twice for no? Can you understand me?
Blinks once. That's yes,
Oh,
right?
cool.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
understands you.
Are you, did you pass away recently?
It blinks twice for no.
Okay, did you see what happened here recently?
It blinks once for yes.
Okay, do you know where the people who did it went?
It blinks twice for no.
Okay. What are you doing here is not a yes or no question, and I don't know how to phrase it, so I'm just gonna
Ask them if they intend to do us harm.
Ask if they know why they're here.
Hmm.
okay. Do you know why you're here?
It blinks once for yes.
Okay. Yes!
I suppose that doesn't help us any further, does it?
No, it doesn't. When you saw what happened here, did it make you upset?
It blinks twice for no.
Alright. That's not good.
It's not necessarily bad either. Very neutral.
Ooh, ask them if they're
Oh,
here to harm us.
Do you have friends around?
It blinks once for yes.
Is it more than 2 friends?
Are they bigger than a bread box combined?
It blinks once for yes.
Is it more than 3 friends? I'm gonna keep going in that vein until
It's
I
just,
don't
gonna
want
keep, it's just gonna keep blinking yes over and over every time you go up.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, so I found out there's a lot of them. You can ask them questions too. But they seem nice. I like them. You just keep getting kind of closer to the little one, and I just kind of like squat on the ground so I can like be eye level with it.
I'm not gonna mess with them.
I am just watching and making sure, like, Hawkeye is on what's going on.
Guys, can someone parent Maven, please?
No!
Mackenzie is begging for her character's life.
Well, Ferd probably feels a little less intimidated by them at this point, so she's probably gonna come over.
No!
Bye, Maven.
Oh, we're gonna die in the second episode.
She's just kind of over here too, like hunched over a little bit, like hands on her hips, like what? Just like
You can see right through the light.
Ugh.
Are there more than 55 of you? Are there more than 56 of you?
What about 57? Are there more than 57 of you?
I am using this as a learning experience for me.
We're learning our number.
So as he continues to ask, you just continue to ask questions to this one. While you're doing it, the other one disappears again. The first one disappears. And this one just keeps flashing and flashing every time you question it.
Where'd he go?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask it?
Are you from around here?
Flashes once for yes.
Oh, you know the area really well?
It flashes once for yes.
Do you know where the druids are?
Flashes once for yes.
Don't follow it.
Can you lead us there?
It flashes
No!
once for yes.
You will not. I will hold you down.
What if they're friendly? Who are these druids, by the way?
There's
Oh.
a circle that lives here. You might have
Oh.
stepped into something kind of big.
Well,
I would not recommend going to the burial ground over there. Unless you like seeing dead bodies, which might be weird, and you should probably reevaluate your likes and dislikes.
The glowing light moves back slightly, and then it flashes a few times at you, Maven.
Maven's gonna freaking follow it.
No, I would like to tackle
Oh
her.
no, yeah, I'm getting up at this.
Maven's gone.
As you get up to run after Maven, do you want to roll to challenge them, Maven, or do you just want them to collapse on you?
I would like to roll the challenge because I don't know what's going on, and I'm 100% convinced this light is great.
Alright, so Korko, roll me a strength or athletics, and Maven, roll me an athletics or acrobatics as a response, and we will take the higher number as the winner of this. Wow.
God,
Wow!
a 5.
I was chasing after her too. Can I?
You
can
can also you two can do separate rolls for that. Mackenzie got a 6 and Zelda got a 5.
Okay, I'm down.
Oh, that was also a natural one. I didn't.
It
see
was
how
a
that-
nat 1. You can roll another acrobatics for the second.
Oh yeah,
on
I
the
do
slot.
want to do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Eunice has rolled a 21 athletics, and Maven has rolled a 21 athletics.
I'm gonna follow this light to my
Determined.
character's demise.
Well, hang on, everybody. Maybe they're friendly.
Well, as the collapsing attack starts, the creature's light starts to change to an orange hue. And as you all stand around this glowing light, I would actually like you all to roll initiative.
Gosh darn it.
But it's my friend.
It is your friend.
That's my friend.
It's your something.
Can you quickly remind me what the inspiration does?
You can use that as a reroll for things of the nature of rerolling.
Okay.
Will Wisp has hella initiative.
Yeah.
It's my friend. Look, we're at top of initiative together. Cause we're
I'm gonna
friends.
destroy your friend.
No!
Did my initiative go through?
What did you
So I
get?
I select my token,
Yes. And then
correct, and then
You click it.
oh, there we go.
There we
Great.
go. We'll keep your 6 because you're still at the bottom of the turn order.
Works for me.
All right. So, the Will-O-Wisp is first, and it... will you move your characters as to where you are on the map? I think...
Oh, I'm right behind it.
Yeah, alright. So,
I would be over here.
this creature almost moves through Maven.
Oh.
You feel like an eerie kind of like cold through your body. Colder than anything you as a tiefling with the understanding of cold. This is a whole new set of cold. And it charges right at Eunice. And sends a shockwave of energy. Does a 17 hit.
Barely hits.
Just
If this is a spell attack, I'd like to use a reactionary action.
you can use reactionary action.
Oh, wait. There it is. Put that up. There we go.
So you're using Defensive Craft. As a reaction, when you or a friendly creature within 30 feet is hit with a ranged weapon or single target range attack spell, you may weave the craft into incoming energy or projectile, preventing any damage from this attack. Physical projectiles. Oh, wow. So, as lightning is coursing at you, Eunice, it changes into almost a wet spray of water as rain descends from it. And you take no damage.
Can I
And
see that Kuroko actually did that? Are there like somatic components or anything to that?
that is an excellent question. What does it look like, Koriko?
I'd imagine just a chant and maybe rubbing hands together and just at like a stop, almost like a full stop with your hands, and then just it's not technically a spell. It's part of the class itself. So it has no verbal, semantic, or material components technically.
Very
But I could see her doing they doing something.
Yes, I'd say
Okay.
so. Cool. So that's awesome. So, Koriko out to save her sweet child, her sweet adult child. And that brings it to Maven. You have now seen your light creature attack Eunice.
I'm very sad. And I'm gonna... Oh, dang. Okay. I'm gonna back up, like all the way over here, because I have heck movement. And I'm going to... I don't have time to take my belt, so I'm just gonna launch a ray of frost at it. It's a spell attack.
Okay.
That was totally. I was looking to look at the description of that, not cast it.
Just testing things.
My bad.
I've been doing that all day. Don't worry.
It's a way to learn. It's fine. We still don't have...
I know if you see me in chat spamming something, it's not on purpose.
It's
Okay.
18 for a ray of frost.
Alright, so you do seem to see the ice crystals reach into the light of this creature. Roll for... or click the ray of frost for damage, my dear.
Okay. Oh boy. Nope. Wait, wrong tab.
Tabs.
Yeah. Is it...
If you...
Did I...
Nope, just go to the chat and click on Ray of Frost, where it says
Sorry.
the +5. You're fine. That'll show you the damage. It is 7. So when you do it, you, in your mind, can kind of expect the damage that it should be doing. But it seems that the light is pushing off the extra cold damage. It definitely damaged it, but you would say less than what you would have expected it to.
I'm very sad because I thought that was my friend, and it's not.
Alright. Is there anything else you can do, my dear?
Okay, I have like... Dang it, I shouldn't have done that, but it's fine. Whatever. How far is 40 feet?
There is the ruler thingy.
Like back here?
Okay, from back where I originally was, so I'm gonna keep backing and finish up that 40 feet.
That's fine.
And just kind of duck into the trees.
There you go.
Being a ranger means running away.
Powerfully running away. All right, and that brings it to then Koriko.
I am going to go into whatever pouch I have for spell components.
Okay.
And pull out a red dust and mix it in my hands and then go and blow it out. And the red dust is going to turn green. And I'm going to actually use poison sprite this time.
Okay.
Click on it, click on it, click on it. It's a DC 13 save.
All right. So as you shoot the poison to this tiny undead creature, it seems to float through it and onto the ground.
That's not good.
We learned poison sucks against the undead.
It does suck against the undead.
We'll learn the rules of we'll learn undead very well in the first 2 weeks. And we'll go from, honestly, this is a lesson plan to know about the resistances of each creature. And we're just going to go through every 2 weeks. Next week is Fae, so just be ready for it. It's a lesson plan.
It's a learning experience.
I will use my bonus action because I believe we've had a short rest between now and our last fight to try out Hungry Jaws again.
All right.
Hopefully land something. And that is a...
You're gonna bite a ghost.
Ghost bite.
I'm gonna bite a ghost as a d20 plus 3. How do I do that? Like this.
All right. So you do chomp.
Ta-da!
You do a big old chomp onto the will-o-wisp. It feels very warm in your mouth, but also very cold. It's a sensation that you don't quite understand.
It's the OG icy hot.
It is the OG icy hot. It is. What is the damage that you do for that?
A d6, I believe.
Okay.
It deals normal damage. I'm guessing that's a d6.
That's fine by me. Is it magical in any way?
No,
Just-
I do not believe it's magical.
You don't have magic teeth? I'm just wondering.
Not magic teeth. And that is a 5 regular piercing damage.
Okay. So you do a chomp, and as you chomp it, after a second, it seems to float through your maw and back above you.
How dare it.
You did do damage to it, but it was halved.
That's fair. Did bite a ghost.
You did damn diddly bite a ghost. And that goes then. Do you have anything else you can do? I don't know what witches have up their sleeves.
No, because I've used all of my actions. So
All the good
besides
actions.
movement.
All right.
So
And that
is it.
would bring it to Eunice. This thing did just try to electrocute you to the next millennia.
I'm looking at Koriko right now with like a semi-stunned, just very impressed, not bad face going on. Not only did she bite a ghost, but she protected me. So that was all quite cool. Very impressed right now. But then I'm gonna shake my head, get back into it, and be like, "All right, let's dance." And my eyes dilate like they do, and I will rage.
Excellent.
Nice.
Oh, it was a d6 because the lizard folk racial is bite, and it's d6 plus strength.
Oh, did you want to add your strength
So-
mod to that?
It would be 2 more damage.
Okay, cool.
So
I will.
1.
Worth it.
Oh, that's a 7 to hit.
7 to hit does not hit. You
Yeah.
ghost right through that ghost.
That's okay. That's it. That's all I got.
Just the one big slash?
Yeah, because I used a bonus action to rage. So.
Excellent. Well, that would bring it down, last but not least, to Fern. This pretty
All
light
right.
thing that you might have trusted has definitely proven untrustworthy.
I don't trust that anymore. So I have a question. So for my turn undead ability, if they fail, they have to spend their turn trying to move as far away from me as possible. So does that mean if I use that, it will have to move away and they can get opportunity attacks on it?
Yeah, because I mean they're in the area.
Yeah, I guess. All right, so let's see. What way? I'm not sure how much my positioning is going to affect where it moves to, because it does just have to move away from me. But I'm going to come a little bit over here, just so if we do have to keep fighting it, I'll kind of try to stay in our camp area. Yeah, and so that is a wisdom saving throw that it has to make.
Okay.
Which will be, let's see. I don't think I have anything on my roll 20 for it.
That's fine. What is your DC?
It's gonna be 13, I believe.
Okay.
So DC 13 wisdom saving throw. And if it fails, it must spend its turn trying to move as far away from me as possible.
It wizened on you. It is a very wise corpse creature. Yeah, these things are a lot scarier than I thought they were. These things are unnecessarily. The will-o-wisp has rolled a 20, and is not feeling you one bit.
Let's see, do I have any bonus actions that I can take? Yeah, nope. That's all I got.
Alright.
I tried it.
I have to stop asking people to roll D100s. Dangerous. Alright, that brings it back up to the ghostly creature. It uses its... It begins to flare at you, and then it actually just disappears and turns invisible.
Oh, that's not good.
And when it does attack, it appears directly behind Fern and attempts to do a shock.
Oh god, I made it angry.
Does a 14 shock you?
No, it does not.
It shoots its anger at your natural armor, very nature-based, not covered in metal like it would have been a lot easier to be, and it kind of just fizzles out on your armor. And that ends its turn and brings it back to Maven.
Alrighty. Seeing it disappear and then seeing the flare of light, I'm going to pop out from the tree, and I think I have a clear line of a clear shot at it, right?
Mm-hmm. As long as you don't accidentally hit Fern.
Okay, well, it's fine. I just met Fern.
Fern's new.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know.
And I'm just gonna take a shot at it, pop out from behind the tree and take a shot at it with my longbow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Alright, and you definitely hit with a 21.
Okay. Roll damage. 10 piercing. Non-magical.
Alright. So you shoot it, and it seems to go into the light, sit there for a second before falling to the ground. So it definitely pierced, but then it did fall. And is that all you can do for your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do. So I'll just pop back into the trees.
Alright, that brings it back to Koriko.
Fell, but it's still a threat currently, correct?
Definitely a threat.
It did just try to shock me.
As my action, I'm going to use magic again, and I'm going to cast Agony, which does 2d6 psychic damage, and con save of 13 before anything.
Save of 13. And it fails its Constitution saving throw. It is not very... it's already died once, so its Constitution is low. It rolled 12.
Okay. 2d6 psychic damage, and affected by 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
It's 10 psychic.
Alright, so as you send this agonizing agony to its form, the lights begin to flash and flash and flash and then dissipate. And the light is gone.
Is there anything left of it, like a dust or ash or anything?
I would say yes. There's a small amount of a dust almost. A very light gray, lighter than the dirt. There's not very much of it.
Did you kill it? Fern kind of goes up to inspect this dust as well.
I think I killed it.
Remind me not to get on your bad side.
No joke.
I'm gonna take a piece of cloth off of my person somehow and put the dust in the cloth and then just take like a piece of this, like rip another string off of the cloth and tie it like a bag.
You just start getting you more jars.
I need more jars.
Need more jars!
Give that witch a jar. Witches love jars.
Love jars.
The true reason Hobby Lobby exists. Their Christian agenda can't stop the witches.
The Christian agenda can't stop the witches.
Oh, good gracious God. All right. So the air falls silent. There is no sign of the other glowing wisp. You seem to be once again very alone. 4 panting humanoids alone. The crackling of the fire seems to be all that you hear.
Maven! Maven! Where'd you go?
Maven's gonna very quietly and very embarrassedly walk back into the camp.
Just gonna look at her like, you know what you did.
Well,
I do
that's
know what
the
I
last time. We trust something that looks friendly.
Trust the mean creatures.
You guys do remember this place is called Dreadwood, right? Yeah?
I feel like that should have been an indicator, perhaps.
All right. Is there anything else you would all like to do today, or would you all like to lay down and have a rest? I know some of you are out of spells and got your ass kicked.
That will-o-wisp said that it has friends, and one of them we knows exactly where we are. I don't feel safe here anymore. If we do stay here, then we need to take to the trees and not be on the ground near fire.
And perhaps have somebody on watch.
Definitely.
I suppose I should ask before I just assume, is it alright if I stay with you guys for just a little? That was kind of scary. I don't want to.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. I appreciate it. You gave me this cool mace too. Good peace offering. I'm just gonna kick it with you guys.
So about what we're doing, there are these bad guys running around the woods right now. They wear red. They killed a bunch of people that were back that way where we told you not to go.
Oh.
So just mind that. If we see them, they're dead. And we're headed that way towards the heart of the forest, I believe.
Heart of the forest.
Ish.
What do you seek there? The druids, you said?
Mm-hmm.
And Bree, are these the same druids that I've done work with?
I feel like with the hearing of
the
druids and
I feel
circles,
like it's very vague.
Right, you're like, I feel like I've met a circle of druids before.
I have worked
in a
with
wood.
druids. Well, I perhaps these druids are the same ones that I have a certain familiarity with. So, if you don't mind, if it's okay with you guys, I'll travel with you for now. Strength in numbers, sir.
Definitely.
So they say.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
And if you do find yourself alone, nowhere is safer than underground. Just fun fact.
I've never been there before. I'll have to check it out sometime.
I wish I had something to show you, but unfortunately it was demolished recently, so maybe in a couple years after I've had time to rebuild a house.
I don't know if I would fit underground.
Oh yeah, you'd fit.
Big holes. Big holes.
Just a bigger way.
You'd have to crouch, and you hit the roof, but you'd be fine.
I'm used to it.
All right, so where are we resting? Move your beautiful souls to the place you would find safest to rest for the night.
Can
You're
y'all
resting
sleep
in
in trees? Yeah.
I can probably climb a tree.
I can certainly try.
I like this tree over here. It looks big and luscious. This is my tree.
My tree. So if you're going to climb a tree, I would like all of you to make athletics checks to climb said trees.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's not a high AC.
Oh no.
There's nothing. There's no anxiety or rush. You have a few. I'm just doing it on a DC of 5, guys. It's not that serious.
Okay. I was gonna say I rolled an 8. It'd be like you guys didn't see that.
Because you're all falling out of trees. All right, so all of you manage into said trees for the night. Who's taking the first watch?
Who has dark vision? Is it just me?
I do not, actually.
I mean, the fire's still lit unless you put it out. Did you snuff the fire?
I feel... Should we leave it lit? Actually?
Well, the fire's what brought the glowy things here to
Oh,
begin
if
with.
they don't know we're up here, then they can't hurt us.
I know, I feel like that'd be like a good ambush situation if maybe it were to attract, like, the red cloaked
Yeah, the red
fellows, perhaps? Unless you're actively trying to avoid them, then maybe not.
Not.
Well, I'll leave that up to you guys then.
Well, you know, it's kind of dangerous just to leave a fire going, not being right next to it where you can tend to it. Something about you can only
Yeah.
forest
Probably
fire,
put it out.
something.
Okay, so the fire goes out and it is very, very dark. First watch is Maven for the night.
Probably.
All right, so
If
Maven.
they'll let me after the Will-O-the-Wisp mistake.
I'm sure you won't make that mistake twice.
Or 3 times.
Or 3
like, oh,
times.
that's
You know
nice.
there are at least 57 will-o-wisps in the woods somewhere.
I know.
There are at least 57 of them somewhere in the Dreadwood. Your watch seems to go uneventfully. You scan everywhere, longbow ready, and it is your turn to now go to sleep. Anyone else want to take the rest of the watch? We'll just do it in 2s tonight because...
I'll do it.
Alright.
Or whoever.
I mean, Fern, roll me a perception check, because you can't see in the dark.
Let's see.
Alright, with a 14. So as you attempt to rest through the night, you do see a surprising amount of light as will-o-wisps kind of just float around in the darkness. They seem to pay no mind to you. It seems maybe they're looking for someone, but the rest of your watch seems to go uneventfully, and you all wake up with the sun shining.
Oh, it's so pretty.
And the camp is a lot nicer during the day, and so is the woods. It almost looks like a regular forest, almost. Minus that effervescent feeling that something terrible is going to happen. And you can drag your characters out as you wish.
Up.
Throughout the night, Fern, during your break, did you attune yourself to the mace? Do you know how to pull out your character? I don't know if I told you.
No, I've been sitting here trying to figure it out.
I didn't realize when you were like contemplative silence. If you just drag the name Fern physically where you want her on the map, she will appear.
Oh, I was trying to do it with the icon.
Yeah, no, trust me, we all do. Did you attune yourself with the axe?
Was it an axe or a mace?
I'm sorry, a mace. It's a mace. 100% a mace. It is a mace. All right. You now have a +1 mace, and you can cast the spell Bane once per day.
Ooh.
Let me add a +1 mace into your thing for you.
Oh, perfect.
Got you. Alright, and while we're doing that, if y'all want to decide where to go next. I will take you there.
Do I happen to know whereabouts we are in the entirety of the Dreadwood? Like, what section of it?
You are still in the western side of the Dreadwood.
Okay. All right, so the center is eastward.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So I'll wake up, and I'll fall out of the tree, hit the ground with a thud, not care about it, and then get up and dust off my knees and hobble over. Wake everyone else awake. Do you guys have food, or do you need food?
I pull out the roots that I collected yesterday. And I start gnawing on one and go to hand one to Eustace.
I do have jerky, a lot of it.
You did have a lot of jerky.
Yep, you can make a jerky sandwich, of different kinds.
It does not taste good, but it is sustaining.
Found this myself. Found you a steak.
Sounds like my mother's cooking.
I will take a root.
I will gladly hand a root to Maven.
I will not the root.
Here in the western region of the forest, and where we are headed towards the center, there is a village on the way. We'll probably hit it sooner than later. I think that we should probably head that direction, aiming for the village, so that we can stock up on stuff we think we'll need.
Okay.
Because
I'm going to use something that people don't normally use, and it's their background thing.
What?
I have Wander, and it allows me to find food and fresh water for me and up to 5 other people each day.
What? Excellent.
Oh.
So while
That's pretty good.
Eunice is mentally planning out the directions east in which to go, Koroko kind of briskly walks off, finds a small, no fresh water to be seen in the area that you are in, but plenty of berries, as well as a very small, I'd say a small bird's nest full of eggs. So berries and bird's nests. So you can make
I
yourself
will
a
bring
beautiful
those back.
scrambled egg and a glass of berry juice.
Ooh,
Yummy.
delightful.
And I will just present all of these things in my large hands.
nice. I actually have a cooking pot, so I will break that out. And I will do this properly.
All right. So the party enjoys a wonderful breakfast. A wonderful breakfast. Pulling out strange alchemy supplies of seasoning, herbs here and there. A nice salted, some eggs over easy, some poached eggs, all the good stuff.
I like us.
It is a good breakfast. This ragtag team. And not a single thing happens. It almost seems peaceful, almost like you didn't almost die the night before.
We're fine. It's fine.
Fine.
Everything's fine.
This is definitely comforting to Maven. This almost feels like normal.
Yeah.
Alright. So are we heading eastward?
Where's what is it? The druids or the heart or the thing that what is it? Scarlet Brotherhood was targeting. We should go there as soon as possible.
All of that is to the east.
Okay.
Should head east. It is the reason why we are here, correct?
In and out, real simple. Y'all get this taken care of super quick.
Wow.
And as you make your way east, you can zoom into the small opening, similar to Stonehenge.
It's Stonehenge.
Large rock formations in a circle are above you, with a few directions in which to go.
Trying to drag the token. It's not going to work.
These arrangements of rocks that seem to be about 3.5 feet high in a circular formation. Some of the rocks are much larger. They're stacked upon each other. And other ones are down to even like 1 foot high. Looks like the person or creature that did this did it a long time ago. These stones are very worn from time. Algae grows on them. And
It's really old Stonehenge.
it is very old.
It's old Greyhawk Stonehenge.
Old Greyhawk Stonehenge. 1970s. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna make any jokes. I don't want to get blasphemized in chat.
Can I cast as a ritual detect poison and disease in this area?
You can.
And that allows me to see the presence of poisonous creatures, and diseases, location, and type.
Alright, so you would say that from where you are, you would say to the north, it seems that the way the plants and vegetation are growing, you would probably be able to find poisons to the north.
Is that far out of our way, does it seem?
Nope. The only reason why it's not open there is because it's just, there's a lot of plants and vegetation in your way. But you can head north if you'd like.
I would like to see if there's anything to collect up there.
Alright.
And I believe, does it last, or does it just give me one? Up to 10 minutes. So if I
Yeah.
walk.
So as you're walking around the Stonehenge, you would say, as you're going north, you begin to see a small alcove. There's a sleeping creature on the stairs. It seems that atop there, there is a large amount of vegetation, ritual things, vials that are empty, bones. Growing right here, you do see some small poison-based plants.
I am going to turn back to if anyone is following me and give the. And I'm also going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Wonderful!
Ooh. It's good use.
Alright, so everyone has a +10 to their stealth checks. If you're gonna sneak over here, please roll me a stealth.
I am going to go over there.
How far are we away from this sleeping creature?
So this area is very, very small. It's a very small alcove.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so it's not even that far.
Yeah, it is definitely not a far path. A good sneeze.
I got a 9, but with Pass Without Trace, that becomes a 19.
It is a 19.
24 for me.
25 for me.
Alright, if you could roll me
I
a
don't know.
stealth.
I don't know if I want to sneak over there or not, but I guess if everybody else is going, I might as well.
Well, you have it if you want it.
I mean, you could just shoot it, or kiss it, or...
It looks like a puppy. I could just go kiss the puppy.
You definitely look at this creature and do not see puppy. It is a...
No?
It has 3 heads,
It
doesn't
is,
it?
it is
Icon.
2 heads. Maven, from what you can tell, it is a monstrosity, a disgusting creature.
I want to sneak a little closer to it and see if I can get a better look at what it is.
All right, wow, an 18.
Can I grab her by the back of her
17,
pants?
Goodness.
You can attempt to, but because she is so quick to move, if you grab her, you're afraid that it might make a sound loud enough to wake the creature.
Well, her getting closer might also wake the creature, so it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation here.
And this is true.
I'm good at stealthing. I guess a thing I can do well. Excuse
It's
you.
just because of last night and what happened.
I know.
Like
I know.
an inane paranoia as Eunice reaches out, but I would say that Maven just sneaks within the brush quite easily.
Bye.
Did that creature ping as poisonous?
It did not ping as... Actually, yes. Yes, it did ping as poisonous. I'm sorry. I lied to you. It does ping as a poisonous creature.
Ooh, that does not sound good. I'm going to not attack it and try and collect any of the poisonous herbs that you mentioned in, I can't remember, but the area to the right.
Yep, they're right there. And because you're so tall as you look over, this ledge looks about to be 7 feet high, but it seems to have quite a few ritualistic things on there. Empty jars, bones, etc.
Empty jars.
Empty jars. Jars that have been recently used. They're tipped over as they were used in a hurry.
I am keeping watch on Maven as best I can.
I like how everyone's just
Everyone's like,
chaperoning.
Maven, no!
You did a dumb once.
And I'm going to try and climb up here
Okay.
and, yeah, make it up this ledge.
Alright. Maven. Let's see. What would be the best? Probably like a nature check?
It says I have I have advantage on intelligence checks to recall information about my favorite enemies. So if it's a monster, then
Right.
can I just roll an intelligence or
You can
not?
roll a straight intelligence with advantage.
I mean, I'm not the smartest, clearly, but
I think when
You
it,
could
when
roll
it
an
says intelligence checks, it means any
Right.
skills that you need intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to use something like investigation or something like that.
would investigation be appropriate to discern what this creature is?
I mean, we're just gonna say yes, because I said it first, and I feel like in my mind you're investigating the layabout, its nesting area,
Yep.
the whole scenario.
Alrighty. Advantage, pull through. Nope. Double tens.
Double tens.
It exists.
It does exist. Actually, though, with a 10, you know a few things about monstrosities. Disgusting creatures that are created through magical or curses. You've
They're
heard
not
tales.
disgusting. They're unique and special
They're
in their
unique.
own way.
Yep, they're your favorite. They're your absolute favorite. And because they are your favorite, you've never seen one of these creatures before. But you've heard tales of the death dogs. The fact that you see one here does not make you happy. This is not a good feeling that you get seeing this. It should not be here in the woods. They're normally in places roamed by evil sorcerers and things like that. So this is definitely not a good sign.
Sweet. It's great. Great. Yay. I'm gonna try and sneak back over to where the rest of the party is and whisper them, so good news, I know what that creature is. Bad news, it shouldn't be here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pull out my.
No,
claws.
no. Let's just not. Let's try and figure out what it's
Death
doing.
dogs lie.
Let's try and figure out why it's here, because these things aren't forest creatures. So something brought it here. So we should figure out who brought it here, and maybe it's the people we're looking for.
It has anything to do with those red cloaks. It is.
Alright, okay. Claws
Amber,
down,
you
claws down.
said it's a monstrosity and not a beast, correct?
Correct, it is a monstrosity. So, Koriko, you were collecting jars and things up top?
Yes.
So it isn't
That was
easy. It is, you don't even have to roll because you're so big already. There's a few stepstones and you're able to scramble up on there. It seems to have an array of human bones. There's what you thought originally was going to be a deer skull with horns. It is actually a human skull with deer antlers growing out of it. There are jars. There are just regular human skulls and other bones. a small swaddling that looks like it was once a blanket of a baby, a few empty jars, and a book. The book seems very damaged. Most of the passages are gone from it, but there are a handful of passages.
I am going to take that book. I'm not going to read it or anything right now, but I'm going to pack it into whatever bag I have and collect the jars and try and pad them so that they don't clank together in whatever bag or pouch I have.
Alright.
And real quick, Furby has to make a stealth check as well, doesn't?
You know, that is a good fucking
Oh
point.
no.
You have a frog. That does ribbit quite frequently. Please roll me for Fribby, the frog, who rests
I'm
upon
going
your
to
sweet
quickly
head.
Look up the D&D stats for a frog,
Please
so
do.
that I know what I'm adding. +3 to stealth. Not
Hey.
bad.
Not bad, sneaky boy. Better than you.
Better than me. I only have a +1. A 19 with Pass Without a Trace.
Not bad.
Unless 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be my 5th.
Yeah. All right. So, do you sneak out of here?
I am collecting anything that is useful, herbs, jars, and that book.
So it seems to be no remaining herbs besides the poisonous herbs you've collected. The book. The bones just seem like they've been used for something recently.
Do I notice if they have any like symbols, markings, scratchings, or anything on them?
So they do seem to have very rudimentary carvings on there. I would say roll me a religion.
Absolutely. A 22.
Whoa.
So this is definitely not something that you would see the druids doing, but it is definitely a natural form of magic. Maybe something you would see a fellow witch doing. One that has done more nefarious acts in their life. It seems these bones were used for something quite nefarious, very dark witchcraft.
And that swaddling was completely empty. It's just cloth.
Yeah. There is a small pin in it, like it was once recently holding a baby.
Let that be where it is.
You could just
Let
take
that
it, though,
stay.
and you can swaddle Fribby with it. I'm sure he'd love that.
I think it has bad juju.
It does
And
have serious bad juju. You don't
It
have
has
to roll.
serious bad
You're
juju.
like, that is a baby swaddle. No good juju. No child was saved here.
No.
You could probably
I'm
swaddle
really
Eunice with it, though, if you fought hard enough.
Don't you try it.
Just like pins Eunice's arms to the side.
So
I
angry.
don't want to put that bad juju on anyone. So I'm just going to leave it.
All right. And are we staying here any longer, or are we making haste?
Can I ask Goroko, what'd you see? What'd you see?
I'll show you in a minute. I would rather not wake up the waste.
Okay.
And as we leave, because I'm making haste out of there, as you would put it.
Scoot your booch right out of there. No dogs to kiss today.
No puppy kisses, unfortunately. Or fortunately.
It's cute in its own special way.
When we are safely out of earshot, I will unpack what I found. Mostly just the books, or the book, and whatever herbs, which I will throw in jars.
All right. So you pull out this book that is bound in leather? A leather of something that you probably don't want to know the details on, but a form of
Big
leather.
leather.
It feels very almost smooth to the touch in a way that does not sit you any sort of the right way, but is dyed a very deep red. On the cover, it is it is a letter of some sort. You think it's probably an S. It seems like an S in a common tongue, but you can tell that the way it is written is almost another language.
What language is it?
I roll me a history, and I'll be able to tell you. Because I don't.
Can I also make this roll?
You can make as many Everyone can history check if they'd like to. I don't know who's the best at history.
That is an 18 on my part.
18 is a good roll.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to roll much better than that.
That's 2. Haha.
That is not only a 2, but a natural 1.
Maybe it's like, I can't read.
So,
I know so many languages. Let me look at it.
So it looks to be a human language, one that you're not common with, perhaps Sulois. And as you kind of think that in your head with the big S on there, things kind of begin to like your brain seems to like put all these pieces together, and you would be able to deduce that this perhaps comes from the Scarlet Brotherhood.
Sylvan is one of my languages, if that makes any difference with the big S.
It is definitely not Sylvan. Sylvan is the language of the Fae and the Elves.
Yes.
This is a very specific region human language.
That is fair.
But as you peer through the book itself, it looks like there is Common written in there as well as Sulois. The page of the book that was open was a picture of death dogs. Some kind of dark necromancy, including killing creatures and, summoning thing. It all just seems very kind of disgusting. But you flip through it, you see images that look like spells of disguise, spells of mind reading, spells of torture, all in this strange tongue. It seems to be a very disgusting spell book of sorts.
I will keep this and not do anything inside of it because it all seems very evil.
You see all the real bad willies. All right.
I'm like bouncing up and down, like, what is it? What is it? What is it?
Well, to say the least, it is a book from a witch, but not the nice kind.
Can you tell if it's one of the Red Cloaks?
It could be, but unless the Red Cloaks have witches in their ranks, then if they do, we should be afraid.
They were all casters when I saw them. That's good enough for me.
Sounds like a coven then.
It could be.
We should do our part to eradicate this evil from the forest right now.
I agree.
You are right, small child.
Excellent. Fuck you! And I'll charge that friggin'.
Oh no, that's not what we meant. Oh no.
I would say that with that kind of zeal, we will have our break.
Ah!
When we come back, though, Eunice will have a surprise round on the sleeping death dog, though, which will
Love
be
it.
very
I moved,
good.
So you know, I only move 25 feet per turn. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But until then, everyone go to the bathroom, get some snacks, and then come back and watch these wily creatures kill an innocent puppy dog.
No, no.
I just want
Put
to
him out of
make
his misery.
friends.
All right, we'll see y'all in a second.
Okay.
Bye.
And we are back! We are ready to kill a death dog. We are ready. I hope everyone enjoyed their break. Got a snack. I have my care package cheese curls from Loser MLW, my hero. Alright. Let's do this charge. I would say that because we're not in initiative yet, we will do a roll in a good sec. You are more than fine to just make your way to the beast and roll your surprise round.
All right. I would like to rage as I'm running.
I feel like you would a power
Yeah.
rage.
Yeah.
Angrily power walks.
Yeah, with the tiny beat. 14 to hit.
14 does hit.
Cool. That's 10 slashing.
Excellent. So as you slash this beast, one head roars back and the other one like looks around very confused as you get a right haunch and very good. And then I would say it is officially time to roll initiative. Let's clear out the old turn order. And let's roll to slash.
Let's roll initiative.
I know.
Oh
It's
my
fun.
goodness.
Yeah. Another 5.
Okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. We're good.
Ooh.
Hey, this is the first beast I've rolled that has a stupid low initiative.
20.
And yet it's still higher than mine.
Whoa!
It's
You got a nat
natural.
20.
Wow.
Ooh.
Quirko does not like this death dog.
No.
All right.
I can harvest it after.
You can harvest it after.
Yay!
And Maven can help you because she's an expert at at monstrosities.
I would say expert. I just like him a lot.
A big fan.
Big
Hobbyist.
Big fan energy.
All right, what does Koriko do? The dog is now awake and it is snarling and snapping at Eunice.
I am gonna cast Entangle on it and pull out a little bit more of that red dust and just press my hands into the ground, and hopefully we'll see plants coming out of that out of the ground underneath it and entangling it, and it must make a strength save or be restrained.
Okay, so we'll roll a strength of 7.
I
Doggo
don't think-
Doggo does not. Doggo gets very much so wrapped up in vines. The only thing remaining are its snapping jaws as it seems paws are risen and is very much so stuck
So
in place.
0 speed, attack rolls have disadvantage, attack rolls on it have advantage, and you have disadvantage on dex saves until I break concentration.
Excellent.
And I think I'm just gonna leave it at that and hold up that nice little spell.
Excellent. That brings it to Maven.
Ooh, okay. First things first, I am going to... Well, shoot, I need to see where I am on the map. Yep. Okay. I'm going to... Are these trees?
There are trees.
Alright, I'm going to kind of do my thing and duck into the trees. And then I'm going to, first things first, cast Hunter's Mark on that doggo.
Excellent. And Hunter's Mark does what again?
It basically gives me a... There, I put it in chat. It's... Or the Roll20 tat, it's
Okay.
mainly extra damage, but also if it runs away, I can track it.
Excellent. So you get 1d6
And-
extra and advantage on wisdom, perception, and survival.
And I'm going to take my 2 Gloomstalker attacks at it.
Beautiful. And it's a +2 to hit it or damage for your favorite enemy.
Is it?
Don't you get like a... Is it? I thought it was. Don't you
I
have like
don't remember that. I
think,
thought it was just tracking.
I think you can add your proficiency modifier to it.
It was something.
Is that?
Something sounds like that, right? You just rolled a hit and we'll go... And I'll look it up.
Okie doke.
On that as well.
Yep. First one with advantage is a 20 to hit.
That definitely
Also-
hits.
Ooh.
Plus 2 damage with weapon attacks.
There you go. +2 damage.
So it's 10 plus 2 plus Hunter's Mark, which is... So 15 damage on the first hit.
Okay.
and then we're gonna hit it again because I get an extra attack.
Okay.
It's a natural 20.
Alright, so we don't even have to roll damage, let's be real here. How do you kill this creature?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
You were like, I love these things.
Bang bang!
She melted it!
Yeah, because it only had 4 health left, and I know with whatever is going to happen, you are definitely going to murder this thing.
Oh no! I didn't want to! Okay. I mean, I did, but... So I just sort of duck into the trees and I narrow in on it and I cast Hunter's Mark. And I've trained with hunting these things before, so I just like take a breath and sort of quell the nervousness of being away from home, and I just take a straight aim and get it right through like the heart. It has one heart because it's 2 necks, but I just get it like right where the 2 necks join.
Right through it, you see bits of entangled vines kind of fall to the ground as its chest is now just bleeding a very dark ichor. And it is limp then in these roots.
Okay, chat said revised ranger has extra damage and regular ranger don't, so that's -2 damage, but I still think it's dead.
Still think it's dead. What's the difference between revised ranger and not? I mean, did you take revised ranger?
No, I didn't. I took regular ranger with the Xanathar Gloomstalker, so I don't get the bonus to favorite enemy. But I still think it dead because of the natural 20.
Yeah.
I can roll just to double check, though.
Yeah, you definitely. Plus the 2, plus the 6, yeah. Or plus the... That's more than 4. Well, more than 6, because take back the 2. Yeah. Alright, so you do still definitely 100% slay this bitch. 100%.
Yay! And I'm just gonna be like, I did it!
Just jaw drops.
You did a thing, my sweet child. Alright.
We still in initiative?
Nope.
We may wish to stay in initiative.
We can stay in initiative.
For I would like to rush into that cave and see if there's anything else to hit.
In that little caved area right there?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you charge in there. There are no other creatures in there, but I would like you to roll me an investigation.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's 19. It's a natural 19.
It is a natural 19. In there, you do find a pouch of 75 gold.
I'd like to imagine that I ran in hoping to find something to kill, and in my rush and frenzy, I actually end up stumbling over this bag of gold and smashing my face on the ground.
And it's just perfect Eunice size. It is definitely like either a run in or a crawl in for most normal sized creatures.
I'll rub my nose and then I'll just like, okay. And then I'll grab the bag and just kind of drag it back out with me. And I was like, well, there's this, I guess. I think it's money. Useless.
You're just so angry you didn't get to, like, you got 1 hit in.
No,
I was really ready for this.
no chance to slay. Trust me, more killing is to come.
Bummed I wasted a hunter's mark on it, oh well.
Yeah, wow. That was a good,
You're very overzealous.
it was
in
a
that
good slay. Don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll get another rest in before you see another monster. Don't worry about it.
I would like to, while Eunice is off raging and scrabbling in the cave, I'd like to go up to the death dog and gesture Kuroko over and see what we can harvest from it.
Okay. So as you go through, I'm not going to make you roll for it. This thing is definitely created with magical means. It is very gross. Inside of it you can find, like in its jaws, you can find leftover bits of flesh. As you begin to take apart things like the jaw, you do notice that there are pockets of saliva glands that do contain poison, which you can empty into a jar if you so choose to do.
I do absolutely choose to do.
Okay. I will send you this information, but the poison is a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. and it is poison until the disease is. It is a poison that becomes a disease, and it can only be cured through a cure disease or a potion to do so.
Wow.
It is a long-standing poison, so every 24 hours, they do they have to redo the saving throw. It reduces hit point maximum by 1d10 for every failure, and the creature will die if it hits a 0. But other than that, it's got a very dark fur. The pelt doesn't seem like it has value. It almost starts to feel kind of like mushy in your hands as you begin to like peel apart the meat of it. Other than the poison, it doesn't seem like there's anything good unless you're a teeth collector.
Maven would like to take a tooth,
You can take
just to be like, I did this. It's a little souvenir.
I don't believe I have any use for the teeth. Actually, I will take one if
Everyone has a tooth. You can have a tooth. You have
it's two.
Tooth for you, tooth for you, tooth for you.
Is there anything in this little alcove that would like have any signs, I guess, of like the druids or any activity that might have taken place in this area?
So, minus the, oh, sorry, I forgot to remove the book. The book is no longer there, because Korko has it. All the things that remain are bones with a very, like, witch-like runic carving in there. There is a swaddle that once held a baby. There's a human skull with antlers growing out of it. It seems not like they were superimposed, but that it actually grew from the skull. There's a bunch of human skulls here. There's scratching here, markings. It looks like signs of, like, something trying to fight back. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be much left. It looks like there was probably a ritual done here. Probably not its intended purpose, because you do see, like, the symbolism, like, kind of fading in the ground here. This is probably a spot for people to just come and meditate, but it is no longer used for that. And in that small alcove, if you crawl your head in there, it does seem to be empty now. The pile of gold now on just the middle of the ground with 75 gold pieces. Which no one has picked up. It's just thrown on the ground laidways.
Oh,
I mean, I guess we are headed to a human settlement soon.
right. The money
Maybe.
might be
we
helpful.
may need it.
Alright.
I'll help pick up the monies. All the monies.
Big lot of money. Alright, and where do we head from here, my dears?
Hey, what are these to the group? What are these circles usually about? Are these directions, or is this like marking specific kind of ground?
I know.
You're referring to the ones to the north, the circle with the.
I'm referring to the Stonehenge.
Oh,
Bree, would I know what these are?
I'd say you do.
I know what these are.
Oh yeah, do tell.
What do I tell them?
Oh, that was very good. The Stonehenge circle. You would assume, or you would know that it was an old place of worship from probably not a religious faction of creatures, perhaps just a more like 100% nature-based, probably a form of creatures that existed before humans had come along. Maybe it was the ancient Fae, but it seems like it was once like a very safe place of worship.
I relay that information.
For something small, because it's also short.
Are there gnomes in this forest?
There might be. Everyone loves a good gnome.
Well, I mean, you know.
All right, so there are two other paths in which you can go. There's one to the south. There's one to the east.
Probably start heading east, because that's the direction we intend to go.
Okay.
I also agree that we should probably be heading east now.
All right. So as you peek over these tree lines, you see a very large tree, full of very thick roots growing all around. It seems that all of the shrubbery around it has died since. The actual bark on this tree is very, very dark, and the leaves are all blood red.
Does it look like this tree naturally has like blood red foliage, or is it some kind of corruption?
You would say that this tree doesn't look corrupted. It looks very much so like just a very weirdly colored tree. Upon closer inspection of the leaves, it does almost look like they're... Like, you can see, like, the veins in the leaves look very much so like the veins on a living creature.
Ooh.
Ew.
Yeah, it's kind of... I would say for Maven, it's one of those things that you go, huh, huh, huh.
To be fair, that you was me as a player going, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's not a... But yeah, there doesn't seem to be any other way to go around besides continuing around it. As you go around it, though, I will need you to make me a saving throw.
I don't like that.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's really not. Oh, if I can type. Let me double check on this because I forgot to do it sooner. It is a... Shit.
Probably.
It is shit.
It's a shit saving throw.
With how we've been rolling, I mean,
Yeah.
likely.
Could quite possibly be.
Oh, I guess it's not a... I thought it was a... So the character with the lowest amount of hit points, which I believe is Fern.
Really?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
As you begin to walk around this tree, you begin to feel very tired. So tired, in fact, that you just want to sit down and take a nap. And as you slowly begin to sit, someone else begins to feel very tired. I don't know who's the next slowest HP. I know that Fern has 20, but I don't know who's the second lowest from there.
I think it's Kuroko with 22.
Yeah.
I have 22, yeah.
So, Kuroko, you begin to feel very, very tired. So tired, in fact, that you almost just want to sit down and take a nap. Eunice, I know you have the highest HP, so I'd say at this point you begin to notice your party members are just ready to pass out. They are just, getting very kind of like,
Okay. I'm gonna look at them, look at the tree, look at them, look at the tree, walk up to the tree, and then punch it and be like, cut it out.
Punch
That's
the
my
tree.
Can you roll me an intimidation?
18.
So with this aggressive punch, I would say Maven begins to feel a little sleepy, but you don't. No form of tiredness begins to wash over you. And as Maven closes her eyes, Fern's eyes begin to open. And then Koroko's eyes begin to open. And Maven's eyes then open. And everyone seems to have woken up.
Okay, no, I need that one too. Give her back. Come on.
Alright, so everyone in the party then wakes up.
That's right. Okay. As we were.
You just tough talked a tree.
It's all I wanted out of this campaign. It's okay, I was just gonna eat you, but it's fine. Not a big deal.
Take out someone your own size.
I like how we punched a ghost, we punched a tree.
We're just punching things.
So far, punching seems to work.
It does. And as you make your way around this tree that it seems almost offended at your mere existence, Fern, you can almost feel, because I know as a Firbolg you have the option to talk to plants, but this plant seems to be talking to you. It's almost grumbling. It's like, I get hungry too, you know. I don't know why your friend had to be so mean to me. It's not my fault that this is the only way I can eat.
And Fern kind of goes over to the tree and like gently pats, and she's like, "We have something important to do today."
Apparently eating isn't
I'm sorry.
important. It's fine, I suppose.
But thank you for not ingesting us.
Whatever, just go before I change my mind.
Fern heeds the advice, and she just kind of quickly.
And as you walk towards the other pathway, you do hear the sound of something. Hear the sound of a small fire, sound of someone walking around. There's definitely someone around this area.
Hello.
As you say hello, a small child with a short bow looks to you, fiery red hair, dirt smudged on her freckled face, and she scowls with her tiny little lips, and she pulls the short bow back and goes, "Who are you?"
Try it.
You're not okay.
I'm not kidding. I will shoot. Who are you?
Can I walk up unthreatening as like a 6'5" lizard?
As unthreatening.
As unthreatening as possible.
As you walk
I'm
up
smiling.
towards fangs out. As you walk forward, the little girl shakes as she just aims the bow at you, until she sees a large toad on your head kind of peer over at her. And then she kind of just lowers her bow and kind of looks at you. There's a frog on your head.
Oh yes, his name is Fribby. Would you like to see him?
He's not gonna kill me, is he?
Not unless I ask him to.
You're not gonna ask him to, are you?
No, why would I ask him to?
She sets down the bow and lets the arrow fall, and she kind of just, like, in her very tiny hands, they're longer than Eunice's, but definitely more fragile, as she, like, holds this very large frog with two hands.
He is very nice. He does make noise sometimes. He
And,
likes hats.
Fern would walk over here as well, kind of towards the little girl, trying to look unassuming and smaller. And she says, "What are you doing here, little one?" And kind of just tries to not look scary.
Well, I live here. I used to live in the village, but I had to leave.
Do you live here with your parents?
She kind of, like, sneers at you. No. They died. So now I live here. Take care of myself, and I don't have to deal with the villagers and their stupid druid.
Fern kind of looks back at everybody. Just kind of.
Did something happen with the druid? Has he done something, or have they done?
It's just, ever since she came, like, things have just, I don't know, everyone's just weird, and I just don't, and then my parents just up and left or died or something, and it just seemed no one cared. They were just so happy that the fields were growing, and we had farms, and they didn't have to go and scavenge, but no, my parents missing just wasn't a big deal to them. So I left, And now I live here, next to that big tree, because no one comes over here because the tree eats them. Why didn't the tree eat you?
I punched it.
The kid looks at you at eye level.
I like the cut of your jib. You don't take shit from nothing. Nobody. I like it. You keep doing you. You look out for number one, which is you.
And her brain is trying to process things, because there's a giant lizard person, a big furry person, a blue girl with horns, and a grown-up, but at eye level. Just look,
It's like fever dream.
We are not strange.
You ever heard of the Feywild?
Well, if you can stop the tree that eats people, maybe you can talk some sense into the villagers.
Yeah, you talking about Red Witch?
Yeah. Have you been to Red Witch before? It's gotten weird.
I've been there a couple times. What's weird about it? Who's the druid that you're talking about?
I don't know. It's some lady. And she's... I don't know. I guess she's nice and she brought food, but her name's Marina, and I don't know. It's just my parents disappeared, and I tried to, and she told me not to worry, and that it was all for the best, and she made me so mad, so I just left, like, 4 days ago, and I'm gonna stay here and hunt because I can. My dad taught me how. My mom taught me how to skin, so I can take care of myself here.
Hell yeah, you can. It's a good spot. No, for real. That's legit. I'm on your side, though. I've never heard of a marina before. I don't know what that's about. Or have I heard of a marina before?
You have never heard the name Marina in your life.
Yeah.
Have any of us?
Yeah, Marina is a name that does not compute.
Mm-hmm.
She's
All right.
she's just part of the circle, I guess. She's older, kind of. Maybe like 30, like old. But I don't know. It's just, and she's just like still looking at the frog. Her like small, and she's probably only around 8 or 9. She's like old, like 30, and she just, I don't know. I get it. She can make food grow and take care of us, but at the same time, who took care of Mom and Dad? Not her.
Do you know what happened to your parents? Did they just disappear one day?
Well, they disappeared a few months ago, like, and I just spent so much time there trying to figure it out. It was right around winter solstice. I mean, spring solstice is coming up now, and I don't know. It's just...
When they left, were they going anywhere, or did they just up and vanish?
They just vanished. I don't know, everyone tells me I just don't get it yet. Even my friend Gregor, he just didn't get it. He just told me that I was blessed, and I just... Gregor's always kind of dumb, but now he's just extra dumb.
Blessed by what?
Blessed by her, Marina. Like, I'm supposed to be happy that she's here and that everything works out. Like, I get it, there's food, but we had food before.
It sounds like some kind of weird cult thing.
Definitely sounds like a cult thing, or a faith thing, or maybe both.
I'm gonna look in the book that we found for that name.
You peer through, but you don't see anything of the sort.
Do you recognize this book?
Holding the frog, like, in her hands, she, like, looks at the book and looks at the frog and goes, well, it looks like human skin for once, and that's kind of really gross.
It was found. I did not make it.
Okay. But it looks like human skin.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. It's kind of gross.
But I don't know. We don't really learn how to read, so it doesn't really... I don't know how to read. I know how to kill things.
Underrated.
I'll put the book away because it's also gross, and I probably am not a big fan of touching dried human skin.
What's your name, kid? I'm Eunice. You can call me E.
She goes to, like, wave your hand, like, shake your hand, but she's just holding a full frog, and she goes,
Yeah, I get it.
my name is Cal.
Well, Cal, do your parents look like you? I know it's a weird question.
I mean, my dad does. He has red hair. My mom
Okay.
doesn't. She just kind of looks like a mom.
Okay.
Her hair's yellow.
And how are they old?
Not as old as... I'd say they're just about as old as Marina. So kinda. But not as
All
old
right.
as, like, an elder.
Okay.
Is Marina the only name she goes by? Does she have any titles or like a last name?
I think her last name is Germain. But I don't know how to spell that. She just says that she's from the Circle and that she left to make sure that all of the villages were taken care of because things are about to get really rough. I don't know. And then she pulls her hands out like, do you want your frog back? He's getting kind of slimy.
Yes. And I will take it and put it back on my head.
She
And
kind of like
do
wipes
you
himself.
notice if the slime is just regular slimy or if it's like black slimy?
It's black slimy.
Yeah, no, you should probably not be touching him anymore. And I'll definitely put him on my head.
She goes, so, are you gonna go find my parents?
We're
Yes.
definitely gonna go to Red Witch.
We'll find them. This is a promise I'm making to you, little girl. And then Bird like sticks out her hand, or maybe just a finger. I don't know, whatever's big enough.
She like
for her.
wraps it and she's like, you're so soft.
I get that a lot.
It must really suck when it rains.
Yeah, actually, it's not a very pleasant smell, but nonetheless. Little girl, we will find your parents and we'll figure out what's going on. We'll get to the bottom of this. And she like kind of looks at her like groups and or her compatriots and just kind of in like a, you know,
Right,
Play
guys?
around.
Don't disappoint
Yeah.
the kid.
right? Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, oh, don't make promises you can't keep.
That's a
Same.
Eunice lesson. That comes with age. That comes with experience. All
Well,
right.
Cal, you've got a real good setup for yourself here. So I completely support what you're doing. I think it's a good idea. I won't tell anyone on you. You don't tell anyone on us. You know.
It sounds like a good deal. But watch out. There have been a lot of like voices in the woods. And I don't know who they are, but I've heard a lot of voices, like in the trees. So just don't get eaten or killed or something, I guess.
Back at you.
Yeah. And she kind of just looks at all of you and she bends down and picks up her bow and goes, you guys are kind of weird, but thanks. And she kind of just walks into her very tiny hut and does not say anything else to you.
Fair enough.
You're very weird.
Yeah, y'all are a fun companionship group. It's fine for most people. I'm sure no one else cares. Just not 8-year-old girls alone in the woods.
It was tough.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember being 8, but I feel like it wasn't fun. Okay, so do we continue forth to the village of Red Witch?
I think so.
As we're walking though, I want to keep an ear out for whatever voices she was talking about.
Okay. So you just follow along a tree-lined path. It seems there are a lot of, like, beaten paths that lead off into the woods, look like hunting trails and things like that as you walk. It seems to take you about 45 minutes time before you see the outline of a very, very small village. Buildings made of wood. There is a field to the side of it growing what looks like a form of corn. There are a few people out in the fields, but then there is a little village, and outside of the village is a small boy, probably no older than 10, running around. Let's see if I can pull that.
Why are there so many children?
She said she had a friend who was a kid. Just so happened that you see all the kids. Y'all are kid folk.
I am a child.
I'm the child.
I'm the only child. 23-year-old child.
Me in real life.
Are we entering in from the left or?
Where Fern is, yes.
Rocky dokie.
And this kid is kind of just running around here. And he stops when y'all appear. And he looks at you and he goes, huh. Are you guys here for the festival?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are.
Huh. Wow. I knew Marina was gonna bring more druids. That's so cool. Alright, awesome. And he like turns on a heel and starts to run off and goes, you should stop by the inn first and get a drink. It's the only fun thing around here. And then he kind of just pedals off.
You're 10-year-old.
And he kind of pedals down this path a little bit and kind of just starts like looking into like a bush for like bugs and things. I don't know what little boys do.
Smart kid.
I hope they do not allow him to drink.
Alright, and now you are here in the village.
I want to take the child's advice and go to the tavern and get a drink.
Okay.
I am trying to take in everything on this short walk to where Eustace is going. I don't know where the tavern is. I'm just following.
So as you walk by, you do smell from this building the unending stench of blood. What you probably assume is the slaughterhouse, and this large building in front of you does seem very tavern-like. It's composed of 2 rooms, a very small room. It seems to have, like, food and drinks, and then another seating area with a fire. Very, very small. Definitely not a nice city tavern, as you would say.
Maven's gonna stand in between the 2 big ones, like, at all times.
That sounds wise.
Is that me and Vern? Are
Yeah.
we the ones?
Well, it's not E. E is not the big one.
You're right.
In personality alone.
I guess I'll go into the tavern as well.
After you.
Where's the door?
Make one.
You make one. I didn't put doors in any of these because I forgot.
It's fine. All right.
Relatable.
So as you make your way over, you hear a barkeep kind of milling around by the fireplace area, cleaning off tables and moving tables and oh my god, I'm just gonna send this.
Before too many people see me, I'm actually going to use disguise self.
Okay. Interesting.
Just looking a little bit more humanoid, probably still a little bit green.
Okay.
Probably still have lizardy eyes, but generally more humanoid. Somewhere between man and woman. It's really not.
Just a very androgynous person thing.
Still
maybe-
tall.
Maybe like an elf thing. Maybe like a who knows? Can't pin it.
Who really knows?
Who really cares? Let's be real. But as Eunice, you walk in, you see a very slender, very tall woman with with very dirty dishwater blonde hair. She smiles at you with crooked teeth and goes, "Well, I don't often see new faces around here."
I'm not new. I've been here before.
And she peers closer and goes, "Ee!
Yeah.
I've not
hi.
seen you in ages."
It's been a couple months, yeah.
Good God, it feels like years. Well, take a seat. Let me go get you something to drink.
Yes, please. 1 regular-sized alcohols, please.
1 alcohol's always for you. And as she peeks in here, she goes, "Oh! Oh!
Oh yeah, I brought friends.
Oh, well, any friends of E's are friends of ours, you know. Took care of a lot of problems for us. One time we had a whole bear here and we couldn't... It was a big bear, like beaks of an animal, a whole mess. Took care of it real well. You all sit down, have a drink."
I don't mind if I do. Is there anything you recommend?
We have beer and wine.
You have cider by chance?
Maybe, I'll look.
I'll have one of those if so.
She goes peering through the bottles. And she
So, when's the festival happening? Exactly.
she like peeks her head up and goes, "Oh, did you hear about? Are you here for the festival? Oh,
yeah.
we're celebrating spring, of course. You know, we're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be, we're going to have a great spring season. Plants are already growing. We're going to have crops this year. I'll be able to feed more than the stews. It's going to be great. We could start having visitors and villagers. It's great. We're going to have a great night of singing and drinking and food. It's just a celebration. And then we burn this big wicker man as celebration, and it's going to be so much fun. Ah! And she comes back.
It's
Wicker men here.
Yes, we were able this time around. We were able to grow some hay, and we're going to build them all up, and we're going to burn them. It's going to be so cool.
Well, I am so happy to hear that this village is doing so well in a time of such troubles.
It really is. It's the druids. I know you work with them so often, but they finally just came through, and it's so good because I've been hearing such terrible rumors about these scary folks milling around being dangerous. So,
Ah, yes, the Scarlet Brotherhood is what they're called, by the way. They wear red. If you see them, run. Or kill them if you can.
well, I've never killed anything in my life, but I once gave Gregory food poisoning. And she, like, goes around and gives you all drinks. She does have some form of homemade... Oh, I just moved the whole map. That's fine. We didn't need that over there. She gives you all drinks. Some are imported beers. There's a bottle of wine. It all seems pretty cheap. And then there is a mug of a very pungent homemade cider for Fern.
Excellent. So, tell us a bit about these druids that came into your village of recent and
Well,
with the crops?
you know how druids are. They're always here and there, and they never really explain anything. They just do things, and I don't know. I don't question them. It's better not to. You know druids. I mean, he knows druids, so. But no, this very sweet one, her name is Marina, and she just appeared one day and was, you know, she said that she'd been noticing how our kids look hungry and we're not coming back with a lot of hunt, and she said she had to fix that. And she has been. She's been great.
But at what cost?
She's like under her breath, like, what cost?
I'm sorry. Is there a cold spreading? I don't want to get ill before the festival.
It's just hairball.
Okay. Would you like some stew?
I would love some stew.
She shuffles off to a big burning pot of you don't know what. It smells real damn good though. It smells
I'm very excited.
like it has been just simmering. It almost feels like something that has never stopped simmering. It maintains a constant heat of near boiling, and as they add ingredients to it, the flavors just begin to grow. And plops down bowls for all of you. And no worries on the charge. Don't worry about the charge. You are family, E. Your family. Your friends are our family. And gotta feed them all. It's great. I'm just so happy.
I'm gonna put my hands behind my back and just go for it.
Oh, and while E's doing that, Fern just kind of wants to keep asking her, like, what else takes place at this festival beyond just burning the Wicker Man? Are there any other festivities or
Well, we play.
rituals or?
Well, we don't partake in any rituals. After the burning, with the wicker burning, I know that Marina, at least at the last one, she went off and did some private things in the woods. But we all just played music and danced, so.
Good to know.
Why do you guys burn the Wicker Man?
I don't know why. I know that she said it's just a fun thing that druids do. I find it fun. It seems like we're putting out all the negative energies as we put it all in there.
When
Oh,
was the last
what?
time you burned the Wicker Man?
I'm sorry?
When was the last time you burned the Wicker Man?
We started doing it around winter time. And we had a very mild winter.
I see.
Your cat will never cease to amaze me.
Oh.
The amount of, like, required love.
He's needy.
I love it. But, she turns and goes, I'm just so happy, though. No one has starved this year. Happens. We lose at least 1 to 2 people every year due to starvation. It's very sad. Actually, I believe we just lost Cal's parents, Anne and... I didn't come up with a dad name, fuck. We'll say Anne and...
Anne and fuck.
Anne and fuck. Anne and fuck. The
Spelled
family of Anne.
F-A-H-Q.
Yeah, Foch. Yeah, Anne and Foch. You know, that's actually what brought Marina here. She found them. And that night, we celebrated the winter solstice, and all was good. We go and pay our respects, but ever since they were gone, Cal refuses to believe that they're actually gone. It's quite sad. I actually haven't seen her around here in a few days. I worry.
I'm sure she's fine.
Well, if there's anything else you need, just let me know. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go tend to this fire for a while. And she kind of starts milling around, collecting some firewood from outside and burning up the fire. If I can maneuver anything on this layers. Whatever, this is gone. It's there now. This village was a lot harder for me to build than anything else. I made it very bare bones because layers.
As a witch, would I know the history of the Wicker Man?
I would say that all druids would have a general idea of the concept of the Wicker Man burning. It's a very old faith thing. You really don't do it where you're from. It's kind of like burning an effigy as sacrifice. It's kind of like sacrificing something to the god, so it's built like a man and burned, in order to keep the villagers or an area safe for a season.
So they would know that they used to burn people inside of them, right? Are my other druid friends that are in the tavern with me? Or would I just have to relay that?
I
to
would
them?
say that you would have to relay that information. I would say that is something that is on the very darker side of the old faith. You know that every once in a while, a small...
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault! There's only so much Zelda, and I feel like there's a lot more cat right now. Important cat break.
Sorry. He was also laying on the cord, so I had to like throw him off of my shoulders to like put all my stuff back on. Okay.
So you would know that there have been some corruption here and there over the years that have caused the return of human sacrifice, but you haven't heard anything of it. But long, long ago, the Old Faith did sacrifice humans, whether in Wicker Man or they would just burn them at the stake, mostly. Wicker Man slowly became the replacement of burning people at the stake.
I am going to let anyone who doesn't know that in the party know that that is cat hair. That is a thing, and Wicker Men were not always just wicker.
Well, if they I'll look up from my bowl for like 2 seconds. If they lose people anyways during the winters or the seasons due to low yields, then maybe the exchange rate, you know how we're all thinking the same thing. I'm just gonna say it, we're all thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
The The exchange rate might be equal. So perhaps it is not for us to decide how they go about it. But, I mean, Fern, you made a promise, so I imagine we still want to talk to Marina.
Get to the bottom of it regardless. Her parents are still alive, then perhaps there's something we can do, but if not, I mean...
There is a reason why I asked when they did the last Wicker burning. There is a chance that her parents are no longer. If my hunch is correct.
It was just one, though, and just 2 parents. Maybe they're safe ones? I don't like saying that.
There is always the possibility that they are alive, but it is also just as equal a possibility if they are using old magics that the worst is true. This is more just as information that we may not find them because things are not always kind in magic.
Fern, were you saying something? You were muted.
I think we should perhaps go talk to this Marina character.
I agree.
And see what she has to say.
I will stand up, take my bowl, go to the pot, scoop some more soup, and then head towards the door.
Scoop that soup.
Scoop that soup! Scoop that soup!
Scoop that soup!
Scoop
Scoop
that
that soup!
An important hashtag to take out of this. Hashtag scoop that soup.
Y'all are so supportive.
I'm definitely making soup after this.
So good.
Now I want soup. Shit. Alright, so do we head out?
Yeah.
I do believe so.
I think we should go talk to this Marina Druid lady and see what she's all about.
I do agree. She may have some answers.
Where is she? We don't.
You
Let me
don't?
show you my magic. Hold on. I have a magic trick. Watch. Marina!
So as you walk out and start screaming this woman's name, I'm gonna move y'all.
Oh
Down.
no.
You hear a very confused woman's voice go, over here.
Ah, I materialized her. Voila!
And if you follow down the path, you see the young boy Gregor, kind of all over this woman, who's just kind of like trying her best to be as energetic as this child as it flaunts around her. She's around 5'7", and she has very dark hair. Her eyes are also very dark. They look almost exhausted, as rings are around her eyes. Her hair is pulled back, but strands fall around her face. She's wearing a long black gown.
I just go back to eating my soup after all that.
I found her, guys. Figure it out. Goes, who was looking for me? Did someone... Gregor, did you hear someone call my name? And he goes, maybe it was those weird people. What weird people? I don't understand.
And so
And then around the corner, you see this.
Yeah, you're like, oh god. Yeah, so Fern kind of walks up to her and like extends a big hand, and she just says, "Hello, we're visiting the town for the festival." And she kind of goes to shake her hand.
She looks at you quizzically and kind of like puts Gregor's arms down off her and like kind of like whispers like, "Hold on 1 second, please." And she kind of walks over and meets your hand and goes, "Well, it is quite a pleasure. I assumed we would begin to start seeing more travelers as time went on, but I never expected villagers to have companions so soon. Do you live in the Dreadwood, or?
No, we've just been passing through, in fact, but we heard that you were the source of all of the prosperity that's been going on through this town, so we just figured we'd thank you personally for bringing prosperity to these parts of the land.
She like raises her hand. She's like, oh no. I've told the villagers many times, do not thank me. I do what I do because it is right. I should not watch children starve. You know, Gregor, there's sweet girl Cal, and there's another child. What is her name? Ashley, I believe? Ashley. Those are the only three children that have been born in the past 15 years. Kids aren't born around here. It's quite sad. There's no food. There's no... my focus is that we thrive as a community. Y'all are terrible. I just care about the villagers. I feel like we should not let entire groups of people starve, Dreadwood or not.
I'm just smiling and nodding.
A couple of people at when we entered, they said you were a druid. Are you from the circle of the Dreadwood?
Ah, yes, I am. I would not say second in command. We don't quite do that there, but I'm very close with the archdruid here.
Did you hear what happened?
No, I don't know what you mean.
The archdruid's name.
Hold on, I actually have to...
Oh, sorry.
I know this, but I haven't made a character for her yet. It's Archdruid Yargrove, of course.
Okay.
He, by the way. It's a he. This one's a boy.
This
He's
one's
a
a
boy.
man.
Checks out.
Of course, but what did you mean of, you said a situation has happened?
Maybe we shouldn't do this outside. It's a lot.
Oh, okay. Would you like to go into the inn or to...
Private, probably. Just anywhere.
Okay, just follow me to my room. And she leads you into a very small private chamber that is attached to, like, a larger room.
And as I'm gonna fall a little bit back to the rest of the party and just be like, should we ask her about the people killing?
I get a read on her, kind of like, oh, I don't know, kind of like, do I think that she might be evil, or is it a more complicated problem?
I'm getting an evil vibe.
Yeah.
Can we
Is
make
it
it
off of what we know?
insight? One of us make an insight.
One of you can make an insight check. One of you can make an
All
insight
right.
check. I can't believe I make a good character and people have insight problems.
I have +5 insight.
I
Does
don't
anybody
have that
have a-
much insight.
I do not have that much. You make insight.
I just want to say, too,
There
it's
you go.
because you made a deep, good character that we can't read her very well.
A
Hey, that's pretty
20.
good.
Double blind? I don't know.
With a 20, you can't tell if she's evil or not, but she definitely seems almost too good to be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know druids are pretty neutral. They don't normally step into things, but you do also know that there are people like
they usually
Maven.
let nature take its course.
Right, but you also know that there are druids in the world like Maven who have a heart of gold and would do anything to help someone in need. So it's definitely one of those things where it's like I just
don't know.
feel like she's so good, but maybe
Got
she's
this-
just a grown-up
we got this
Maven.
lady talking about how
Maybe she's a
they know-
grown-up Maven. Don't do this to me. Don't use Maven as the
found-
scapegoat.
We found that baby rap earlier.
Yeah, still think that book has some relation to.
I feel like something's going on here.
You can talk to her when she's alone.
So we're going back to her room.
Just, yeah, in that very small square into the corner there.
Oh, let's see. Okay.
Where is corner? Oh, there is corner.
Yeah, let's question this lady a little bit.
There I am.
Well, welcome to my room. I've been so gracious to have an area in which to stay here. They've taken quite good care of me. But what is it that you were worried about, my tiefling friend?
Well, I don't know how to say this, but, a lot of the druids of the Dreadwood died recently.
That seems strange.
Were killed is probably better.
Were they the Ovates, the young newcomers? Just, they often die out here. They don't seem to quite grasp the dangers of the Dreadwood.
I have no idea where they.
You would assume not. You would assume these were members of the Druidic faith.
No, I'm not from super around here, but I don't think they were young. At least from what I saw. We saw the wreckage.
Goodness. Well, I might have to reach out. We have our celebrations tonight, but I can't leave them empty-handed. But I suppose tomorrow morning I should head straight out. Where was this carnage?
It was to the west. You're more familiar with the area. You can maybe tell her where it was?
It was the burial grounds of the Archdruid. Previous Archdruid, I believe.
Her dark eyes almost seem to grow darker. She kind of closes her eyes and goes, "It's war. It's always war. I don't know what it is about people who don't follow the faith, but we could all live in such harmony if everyone just quieted down. I know we've been worried about it for some time, but I didn't think it would begin so soon. How tragic. Thank you for telling me. She kind of just ponders. You said you're from here, but not from here. Are you also members of the circle? I'm sorry if I haven't recognized any of you.
I'm a personal friend of the local circle.
Well, it's a pleasure. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Me and my young friend are from another circle.
More of a scout, really.
Okay. Well, it is good to have people like you all here in the village during this time. Make sure there's no attacks while we celebrate. I don't want any more hardships to fall upon these people.
Actually, I was wondering, I heard from others there's the burning tonight, and I'm new-ish, and I've never gotten to see a burning, so is there any way I could help prepare? Or we could help prepare the Wicker Man?
Oh, well, that is just so sweet of you. Well, our Wicker Man is already burned, but... it is already prepared, but we will be going there shortly to... Yeah, it's already burned, sorry. No, I'm just kidding. In about an hour's time, we will be heading out there with notes that we will leave with our hopes for the new year, and things we want to leave behind if you would like to join everyone. Maybe write down some hopes for yourselves and things you too would like to leave behind.
It's cool. Yeah. Maybe just has dead people running in her head.
If you would like to gather the villagers now, just give me a moment and I will meet you here and we can all go as a village.
Well, why don't maybe a couple of us stay with you and help you get ready, and then we can send someone.
Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea, in fact.
Well,
It must be a lot to take on for just one person, so we'd love to lend you a hand.
She looks at you and kind of looks kind of darkly at you and goes, I think I need a moment alone to mourn.
Okay, so she is facing everybody else by the door, and I'm behind her. Yeah?
Yes.
I would like to see if I can sneak under the bed. Just do a little hole.
I want you to roll me a stealth at disadvantage because she saw you walk in.
I'm pretty sure she'll notice.
And you spoke to her directly.
If 4 people enter and 3 people leave.
Can I
Wait,
distract her?
I have a question for Koroko real quick. Where's your
Yes.
frog at the moment? Because that's your familiar, right?
Yes, currently on my shoulder.
Wonder if she'd notice if you're a frog.
Well, we already have a rolled stealth attempt,
I
so...
guess that's.
I didn't say it yet.
So, I mean, you
It's
just...
not good.
It's 6.
It's not good.
Yeah.
You did roll to do the thing. So
Yep.
as you kind of squat under the bed, you realize it's a very low-hanging bed, and you kind of like peek your head underneath, and she kind of looks over, and she kind of turns from the rest of the party
Oh.
and takes a step towards you and goes, Did you drop something?
Yep, no monsters under there. You're clean. You're good. You're great. You're safe.
Thank you. Often I wonder of the monsters underneath my bed.
You know, if you know the Feywild's thing, you know the Shadowfell's also a thing. It's very shadowy under there. It could be very dangerous.
We did run into a couple of things.
Oh
On the
no,
way.
I appreciate the kind concern, a fellow friend of the Druids. But if you'd like to collect everyone, I just need a moment to collect my thoughts. I don't think it's appropriate for a night of celebration to be led with me crying, so I must compose myself for the villagers. You understand?
Well,
Oh.
my companions, let us give her a moment.
I smile nervously and agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Through gritted teeth. Come on, guys, let's go.
As you all head out, Gregor is waiting there with his hands on his hips. Yes. Hey, weirdos! What's up?
Not much, nut job.
He like
Chillin'.
he chuckles and looks at you and goes, You're so funny. Alright guys, are you ready for the Wicker Man? Have you written all of your notes yet? Because it's important.
Why is it important?
Because you have to put what you want and what you want to get rid of. So that way you have a good state of mind for the start. So my parents told me.
Hey, Gregory. Has anybody just like off the top of your head disappeared lately?
No one's disappeared.
Okay.
Gregor, how long has your village been doing this festival? Do you have it every year?
No, just since she's come. But I don't know. I was sick a lot when I was little, so if they did, I was never invited. But I don't get sick anymore. So I have a lot of time to do things. Like, look at this! And he, like, pulls, like, a bug out of his hand. And it's kind of squished, but it, like, kind of, like, flops around and goes, I can catch bugs! See?
Very well done, Gregor.
Gregor, how many people have been blessed by Marina?
Everyone who participates in the festival.
Anyone particular?
I would say probably Cal is the luckiest of all of us, but I don't know where she went.
What last festival? What did Cal write for the things that she burned on the Wicker Man?
Well,
Do you know?
she couldn't write anything. She couldn't use her hands very well. She had trouble. They were always kind of curled. She didn't write things. She didn't do anything. She was funny. She told a lot of jokes, but she wasn't really good at running around and playing. But I was sick a lot too, so we kind of just sat together.
Gregory, I know that you said that people used to die. Do you ever remember there being like a graveyard where people? Sorry, I just looked at our group chat. Oh no. You ever know if there's a graveyard? I can't. Or a graveyard or somewhere where people who have perhaps passed on go?
Well, see, the thing about the Dreadwood is, if we have a graveyard, there's like a whole place for like things to come back from the grave. So we don't really do that. There's a lot of gross things here. Or body graves. Or people who fish in graves and stuff like that. What are they? Grave robbers? Some things like that. So we try to bury them just in the woods in different places. Because, I don't know, they're dead already, so it doesn't matter. But at the same time, like, I don't want to get eaten by my, like, grandma, right?
Word.
Yeah, I understand.
Can
Well,
drink to that.
Sip that water. So do you want to get everyone together? Did you write your notes?
Trying to piece together this puzzle that we've got going on here with what's
Well,
happening.
I think a couple of us might still be thinking about what's right, so we can just kind of take our time and gather everyone really quick. And actually, I'd like to ask a lot of other people what they wrote. That'd be fun.
Grown-ups think a lot of dumb things are fun. Okay, well, I'll meet you guys later.
It's the first time Maven has been called a grown-up. She feels so good.
And the kid just runs
Oh,
off.
I am a grown-up.
I can actually ask him something right before he runs off. Like as he's going, I just kind of want to right before. Gregor, what did you write on your notes for this Burning Man?
I wrote to not get sick again. And I wrote... I fart a lot, so a lot of people think it's gross. So I said to stop farting.
Alright, well that checks out, thank you.
And he turns
Yeah, so-
around.
So you know that's a totally natural part of life. Everything that lives, farts. Don't feel too bad about
Girls
it.
think I'm gross when I fart! And he runs
I don't think
away.
you're gross.
And he runs away
Okay, bye-bye.
in distress.
Alright.
I would very much like to take a look at that effigy they intend to burn. Just to make sure, no one's inside.
That's fine. You'd have to follow in the direction that Gregor is going.
Well, what say you, gang? Does anyone want to come with? Or
No, not to split the party, but I want to split the party.
No,
It's
fine.
episode 2. Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
I want to go check out the slaughterhouse that we walked by when we walked in. I want to go see if there's any way I can take a peek in there, just to rule out the possibility that human sacrifice and dismemberment are not taking place in there. So that's where I would like to head.
I will go with you under the guise of trying to figure out what to write.
Yep. So yeah, I will. I'll take Maven with me.
So, what I'm hearing,
She's my buddy. We're using the buddy system.
we're splitting the party.
Your stress.
Koriko, I would not mind if you would prefer to look after the softlings, because we both know that I'm not.
You are all soft, but if you want me to look after those who have soft skin, then I can go as well.
Up to you. I just want to let you know that I would totally understand.
Then again, being alone is probably not the best for any of us.
Well, I have been alone in the Dreadwood for most of my life, so I have that going for me.
If we split up, it'll be a magic person and a fighter, so I think it'll be okay.
Okay.
We should also probably move because we're standing in front of this house and it's looking a little weird. So let's go.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Wait. One thing before we leave outside of her house, are there any windows or anything that I could spy on her?
There is a small
I don't
window
trust
to the right of the door.
Can you throw your frog in there?
The problem is I have a really bad stealth score.
You also have a big fluffy head.
I got a fat head too, so.
Actually, that's a good question. Is there any like holes or anything in that window that
It is
Something-
just.
You can
Somebody
chuck your
with,
frog through.
It looks
yeah,
like an
somebody
open.
with a higher stealth score needs to check.
It's an open window with a curtain.
Might I supply an idea? And that is that we are in the forest and you are a Firbolg. If you can't do something, maybe
Oh wait, I just realized I have lesser invisibility. I'm pretty sure.
You do also have
Yeah.
that too. Once per rest, you can cast
My
it.
hidden. Okay, I'm definitely gonna use that. So
Well, I can go to the slaughterhouse while you stay here, or meet you later.
yeah, I'm not gonna waste too much time with this lady. She's in there doing something evil. She's just gonna do it. I wanna go to the slaughterhouse because that was my original idea. So yeah, I'll still go.
All right. So where is Korko going?
I think E can handle herself. And she knows people in here. I might as well just go with the softlings, as we're calling them now. And
All right. So the party splits here at this moment. Then Eunice begins to go south, following behind the young boy, who was kind of running plain emotion in circles, and trips and falls a few times, gets back up and runs into the field. He's running past the budding corn stalks to what you see is a very large wicker man standing. The rest of the party begins to walk through the village quietly as they reach past the homes and they begin to smell the stench of carcasses of animals. And that is where
No.
we end the episode because it is 7 p.m. my time, 8 p.m. Eastern. We have done it, episode 2, Firbolgs and Forest Fights. We did it, guys. Takeaway, this lady's evil. It's all over my chats. I don't know what chat thinks, but if you were
She's
wondering what our players
evil.
thought,
She's so evil.
the
I'm
players
sorry.
100% think she is about as evil as it gets.
Or something
our-
evil's happening here. I don't
Our
care.
personal chat is in all caps, just either evil, we are onto her, or literally just
Well, yeah, it started with we're onto her to she's onto us now. Dread, this is very bad. We're shifting responsibilities around. It is there's a level of terror in my chat. I don't know why. I don't get it. I'm just the friendly dungeon master.
who never plans anything bad for us, ever.
I would never hurt my small beans. Would everyone like to go around the chat? Tell me your favorite part of the episode and where we can find you, and we will start this time with Zelda.
oh boy.
What's your favorite part or your most memorable part today?
Oh, I really liked Maven talking to the Will-O-Wisp and like just absent-mindedly not realizing that things in the Dreadwood are evil most of the time. Is there 57 of you?
Is there 56?
At least 57.
My incurring dread as she keeps asking gets larger and larger.
Oh, 57.
Oh boy.
All right, where can we find you at on the interwebs?
You can find me at Zel Ayanami, Iyanami, on Twitch and Twitter. I don't stream all that much, but if I'm in any games, any one-shots, any continuing games, anything like that, you can find me on Twitter, and I will have links or something posted to show you that, hey, I am here, I am alive, and I am playing a game. So that's probably the best place to find me.
You're playing
Thank
a
you.
lot of fun things. Zelda's
I
always
do.
doing something cool. All right.
I'm in like 3 games right now.
I know, and it's
3 or
just
4
gonna,
games.
what, come April, at least 4.
At least 4, maybe 5, plus home games.
Never
Too
enough
much.
D&D.
Never enough.
All right, my dear Fran. What was your most memorable part of the night, and where can we find you on the internet?
Honestly, I like that part where Maven completely accidentally just destroyed that death dog. That was excellent. That was great critage. And you can find me on Twitter at ArcanaCheck or at VOKARRI on Tumblr and Instagram because I also do D&D art sometimes. That's where I'm at.
Woo! All right, that brings us up to the lovely Casey.
I am Casey H on Twitter. That's CASEYAECH. And on Tuesdays, you can find me over on Gratuitous RP Twitch channel, where I am playing a Storm Cleric chick. And then on Sundays, you can find me also over on Gratuitous RP, being a hobgoblin. So you can catch me there doing that. Oh, my favorite part. My favorite part was there were a lot of favorite parts, and honestly, a couple of them have already been hit. I'll spare us that. Something that I thought was particularly noteworthy and cool, Zelda, was the way that you described your unique form of casting. All of the stuff with the powder going from red to green was very cool. And then just all of the stuff that you've been working in that's all apparently homebrewed has all been very,
Powerful
very
craft
cool.
magic.
I would love to see a build of this thing out there somewhere, just for examination purposes, maybe D&D Beyond or something. That'd be very cool.
Yeah. Wonderful. And that leads, last but not least, Miss Mackenzie.
Hi, so you can find me at Mackenzie Lane DA on Twitter. I was in chat a couple times, so it matches my username. And I also have a D&D podcast, One-on-One D&D. It's a duet campaign with me and my romantic partner, which is really cool. So you can find that at One-on-One D&D on Twitter, as well as oneononednd.com. And my favorite part was honestly punching the tree.
Punching the tree!
It was so funny. You just went, no, let them go. And just, like, that tree. And it
Really
was
didn't think
super
that would work. I mean, like, maybe it would do something like Shudder or something. I didn't imagine it would start talking to Fran.
I was surprised it worked, but it did. And the sassy tree was like, "Excuse you, I need to eat too." It's great.
Yeah, I had a little bit of guilt afterwards. That was surprising.
Yeah.
Feel bad for the carnivorous tree. Wonderful. Well, I am Bree, your DM today. I had a few favorite parts today. They were involving punching trees, Koroko biting a will-o-wisp, Fern just deciding that they're joining the party. Oh, I forgot to ask. Can I actually join you guys? Thanks. Appreciate it. And then the at least 57 wonderful will-o-wisps somewhere in the Dreadwood waiting for our party. You can find me on Twitter at NPCBree2Es. I also play on this channel on Sundays. I play on Soulbear RPG on Mondays. I play on Powerscore RPG on Mondays as well. Thursdays, I'm on Encounter Roleplay, and I'm about to pick up like 3 more games in April, so it's a lot. But yeah, it's been so much fun. Don't trust trees or will-o-wisps. Bye!
Bye.